Being broke is not always about how much you earn. Very often it is about 5 specific things people quietly waste money on every single month without ever noticing. Here they are. 2 people can earn the exact same salary. 10 years later, one of them owns things that pay them every month, and the other is still living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where it all went. The difference is rarely income. It usually comes down to a handful of quiet money leaks, small enough to ignore, repeated for years. Today we are going to name 5 of them. And I will warn you now, number 2 is probably draining you right now, and you have never once counted it. Number 1. Brand new cars. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses a huge chunk of its value, and it keeps falling every year after that. But it is worse than just the price. There is the loan interest, the higher insurance, the registration, all stacked on top. A car is not an investment. It is a fast-moving pile of expenses that shrinks in value while you are still paying it off. Here is the mindset shift. A reliable used car that is a few years old does the exact same job, getting you from one place to another, while someone else already absorbed the worst of the depreciation for you. The difference between the flashy new car and the sensible used one, invested quietly over a lifetime, can be worth hundreds of thousands. You are not buying a car. You are choosing what your future is allowed to become. Number 2, interest on debt. This is the silent one, the one draining you right now. Credit cards, buy now, pay later, financed gadgets. When you carry a balance, you are not just paying for the thing. You are paying a fee to have bought it early, over and over every month. Broke people pay interest to other people. Wealthy people earn it. Same force, pointed in opposite directions, and it decides who slowly rises and who slowly sinks. Think about what high-interest debt really does. It takes tomorrow's money and burns it today, then charges you for the privilege. Every dollar of interest is a dollar that could have been growing for you instead of shrinking against you. This is why getting out of high-interest debt is one of the fastest guaranteed returns you will ever find. There is no investment on earth that reliably beats simply not bleeding money in the first place. Number 3, tiny convenience leaks. The forgotten subscriptions, the daily delivery fees, the little upgrades that each feel like nothing. On their own, they are almost invisible. That is exactly why they are dangerous. 10 small leaks of a few dollars, running quietly every month, can quietly add up to a serious amount of money over a year. Nobody goes broke on one big mistake. People go broke on 100 tiny ones they never bothered to add up. The fix is not to become miserable and cut everything. The fix is to look. Once a month, actually list what leaves your account automatically. You will find things you forgot you were paying for and things that add nothing to your life. Cancel those and redirect that exact money into savings or investing. You are not spending less to suffer. You are plugging leaks so the boat can finally start to fill. Number 4. Get rich quick schemes. Lottery tickets, risky bets on things you do not understand, whatever the loud people online are promising this week. Broke people chase the jackpot because slow wealth feels too far away to believe in. But these bets are attacks on impatience. For every rare winner you hear about, a silent crowd quietly lost. Hope is not a strategy, and the house is always counting on your hurry. Real wealth is almost boring in comparison. It comes from steady, unglamorous decisions repeated for years. Money set aside automatically, invested in simple things and left completely alone to grow. It will never give you the rush of a jackpot. What it gives you instead is something far better, near certainty. The quiet confidence of watching something grow that you know is not going to vanish overnight on a gamble you never should have made. Number 5, buying things to look rich. This is the most emotional trap of them all. The logo on the bag, the newest phone, the outfit for a photo. We spend money we have not earned yet to impress people who are barely paying attention, for a feeling that fades within days. Looking wealthy and being wealthy pull in opposite directions. Every dollar spent on the appearance of wealth is a dollar that could have bought the real thing. The people who are actually wealthy are very often the ones you would never guess. They drive the modest car, they wear the plain clothes, and they quietly own assets that the loud spenders can only dream about. They figured out early that status is expensive and freedom is priceless, so they stopped paying strangers with their future in exchange for a few seconds of admiration that no one even remembers. Now step back and notice the pattern hiding behind all five. Every one of them takes your money and gives you something that shrinks. The car that depreciates, the interest that compounds against you, the leaks, the gambles, the status that fades. They all point the same direction, out of your pocket and gone. Wealth is simply the habit of pointing your money the other way, toward things that grow instead of things that vanish. So here is where the wasted money should go instead. Assets, things that put money back into your pocket over time. A simple low-cost index fund is the classic starting point, a tiny slice of thousands of companies quietly working for you in the background. You do not need to be an expert. You just need to redirect the leaks you already found into something that grows and then let it do its job. The beauty of it is that ownership works while you sleep, while you rest, while you live your life. Your money finally clocks in for a shift that never ends, and it never once asks you for a day off. Make it automatic, so willpower never has to be involved. On the day you get paid, a fixed slice moves straight into your investments before the leaks get a chance. You will barely feel it after the first month, and yet this single habit quietly separates the people who build wealth from the people who always meant to start. Automation is how ordinary people beat their own worst impulses without even trying. Then comes the only hard part, patience. The money you redirect will not do anything exciting for a long time, but left alone, it compounds, and compounding is slow right up until the moment it is not. The people who win are not smarter than you. They simply stopped feeding the five leaks, pointed their money at growth, and then had the discipline to leave it completely alone long enough for time to do the heavy lifting. So there they are. New cars, interest on debt, tiny leaks, get rich quick bets, and spending to look rich. None of them make you broke overnight. All of them make you broke eventually. Pick just one to fix this week. Redirect that money into something that grows and let the years do the rest. Small change, quietly repeated, is how ordinary income turns into real freedom. If even one of these hit a little too close to home, good. That sting is the beginning of change. Choose the leak that is costing you the most, close it today, and send that money somewhere it can grow instead. If this gave you a clearer way to see your money, subscribe to Wealth Loop TV, where we build the calm, wealthy mindset one small habit at a time. Your future self is watching what